My name is Chris Kelly, and allow me to thank you for purchasing our Core Restore Beginner Program. The purpose of this video is to kind of give you the backstory on Core Restore and kind of explain to you how it works and why it works and kind of the phases that we're going to go through, kind of what the workouts look like and whatnot. And so when we look at restoring your core, the question is, what does that mean? You may be watching this video or have purchased this program because you have shoulder pain, you might have back pain, you might have neck pain, or you just want to build a stronger core. In any of those cases, the process is the same, okay? And it involves 4 distinct kind of phases or things that we go through in our program. Number 1 is going to be what we call realignment, okay? One of our goals with our Core Restore program, and really with all of the clients we work with here, is to optimize the movement of our diaphragm and kind of the muscles of our inner core, all right? And the ability to create pressure everywhere, okay? And that might seem kind of like, and so the ability to breathe, and that might seem kind of like an obtuse statement, but I want to use an analogy to kind of simplify this a little bit. So if we look at a balloon here, so if we look at a balloon, this would be representative of your core, right? So this balloon is fully filled with air, so all sides are equal, and as a result, we have pressure everywhere, okay? And that gives me stability, okay? This is what I think of when I think of core stability. Oftentimes, though, when our diaphragm doesn't move, we're not getting air in a certain place, we get more of a situation like this, okay? So let's say I'm breathing in my chest. I get a lot of air one place, but I don't get air in another place. Or let's say I'm not breathing in my ribs, all right? Same thing. It's kind of very narrow instead of full. So in our first phase of our program, the first thing that we're going to do are going to be posture exercises to help to get air everywhere and to help to realign the rib cage with the diaphragm. Okay, I'm sorry, the rib cage with the pelvis through movement of the diaphragm. I'm just going to give you an example. All right, so one of the exercises we perform is called a 90-90 hip lift, all right? And in this exercise, what we do, and I encourage you to try this, we use the hamstrings and kind of the abs to help to kind of tilt the pelvis back and drop the rib cage down so these 2 areas are in alignment. So what I want you to do is you're going to lie your back here, just relax. Put your hands in your ribs, take a deep breath in. Fill your ribs with air. Feel them as you breathe in, feel them kind of coming up and out, and then as you exhale, kind of feel them coming down and in. So it's kind of like a jellyfish. When a jellyfish kind of expands and then it contracts, that's kind of how it moves. So I take a deep breath in, deep as I can, fill my ribs with air, exhale, and push down. Now from here, what I'm going to do is just push my heels into the bench and press my back into the ground, all right? Immediately what I feel is my back dropping into the ground. I also feel my hamstrings turning on. I'm going to tip my hips off the ground slightly. And holding in this position, I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose. And I'm going to blow out through pursed lips as if I'm blowing through fog. So I pause for a second, all right? I'm just going to repeat this 2 more times. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Pause. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale. Pause. Now, by performing this exercise on a daily basis and before we do our core training, we're working on getting our bodies into alignment so then when we strengthen, we can strengthen within proper alignment, okay? This is going to help to get everything in line, alleviate pain. It's the first thing that we do, okay? So that's thing 1, is we want to get our bodies into alignment in order to strengthen before we actually strengthen. So our next process is the actual core training, which is going to be what we call strengthening within alignment, okay? So you've probably seen like a plank exercise, right? So if I'm holding in a plank, which the goal of the plank is to resist gravity. So gravity's trying to pull me this way, right? But instead, I'm kind of doing the same thing that I was working on in my posture exercise. I'm dropping my ribs down, okay? I'm kind of tilting my pelvis back a little bit. And I'm feeling my abs turn on, so everything is nice and straight. At the same time, I'm trying to breathe in the same way as I was in my posture exercise. By maintaining this alignment versus collapsing, we're training our abs to hold our bodies in the right position to help to move better and resist excess movement, which typically is the thing that is going to cause our pain. okay, or is just going to create a weak core. Because the job of our abs is kind of hold our bodies in alignment. And in our Core Restore program, we focus on that type of an exercise, the resistance to movement, okay? So planks, side planks, dead bugs, where we have a strong, stable core, teaching our extremities, our limbs to move around that, all right? And so we'll get more into that. From there, we want to transfer that into standing positions, all right? And I don't know if you're working out right now, if you're not, but part of our program is just a simple tutorial on certain days. We'll work a little bit more on just standing strength training exercises, all right? Not strength training in the sense that we're holding a lot of weight or doing a bunch of volume, but just in the sense that we're practicing moving with proper alignment and getting kind of a workout in it. The beauty of this is we can do it at home, but a good example would be the squat. So when coaching the squat, one of the things that I want to do is I'm thinking this is a moving plank, because I want you to think about kind of reaching forward, dropping your ribs down, and at the same time pushing my feet into the ground and feeling the right muscles, right? So as I squat, everything is aligned on top of itself, as opposed to leaning forward and getting my rib cage way out in front of my pelvis, all right? This is an example of learning to do a proper squat, do a proper push-up. So by the time you get done with our program, you're going to have a good reserve of movement ability and standing, as well as a very strong core. All right, and finally, our last portion of our program that we want to work on, and again, this is all done over a weekly basis in 15 to 20 minutes a day. We work on hip mobility and shoulder mobility, all right? By getting the ability to move better at my hips and shoulders, I'm freeing up my core to be able to be stable. If I can't move from my hips, I have to do more movement from my back, okay? It's like taking two ends of a garden hose and squeezing them, all right? Pressure has to build up somewhere. So what ends up happening is that ends up being in my low back, or, you know, in some cases in my upper back or whatever. This is oftentimes how pain occurs, right? So a lot of the, some of the work that we're going to do on certain days are going to be hip mobility drills that help our bodies to move in the right places while staying stable at our core. So that's just a quick demonstration of the system that we utilize. Again, every day you're looking at about a 20 to 30 minute workout, but you know, and it's not going to be the same every day, but we're going to train your core. We're going to work on these factors. And by the end of the program, not only is your core going to be stronger, but you're going to move and feel better, as well as having a flatter stomach. So allow me to welcome you to the program. Super excited to be your guide in this journey, and let's dig in.